Welcome to the Micheaux Mission. 2 men, 1 podcast, every black film ever made. My name is Vincent Williams, and I'm joined as always by my partner.
Hey, holla at your boy. This is Len, a.k.a. Len.
And we are ending Octavia April, our annual exploration of black science fiction and Afrofuturism, with a neat little film from 2013.
Oh, that's such a quaint word.
Destination Planet Negro. Written and starring Kevin Wilmot, as well as Tashin Mohohunfolo, Ranjit Arab, and Trey Byers. But before we get to Destination Planet Negro, how you doing, Lynn?
I'm doing great, Vincent. How are you, my friend?
I am also doing well.
Shout out to everyone who are watching the show as we premiere on YouTube. Shout out to each and every one of you out there. Hello, missionaries.
Good evening, one and all.
Well, Vincent, I don't know about you, man, but the missionaries and apparently the world seems to care about our thoughts about Michael.
Okay. All right. Look.
We put our review out there.
Yes, we did.
And it was just a mini review because it was just my point of
view. Right, because I hadn't seen it as of that recording.
And everybody who it came at my neck.
Well, look.
You know, I know not to read the comments.
Never read the comments.
Never read the comments.
Never read the comments.
But
if you all want to share your thoughts, you say it with your chest.
There you go.
You write it and you put your name on it.
With an email. That's
right.
Exactly right.
Exactly.
But I did look at a couple of comments.
Well, see, whose fault is that?
Well, it's totally mine.
Okay.
It's totally mine.
They called you everything but a child of God.
Well, they called me many things of God.
Yeah.
I was many things of God, plenty of sons of things.
Sons of, yeah.
But that was based on my opinion of
yes.
Michael Jackson. And I did have a level of validation.
Okay.
That I was met with this week. But before I tell you about that, I want to hear you actually have seen Michael.
Of course I have. The thing made what?
$217 million worldwide.
Yeah. A bunch of us saw it. A bunch of us saw it. I won't relitigate a lot of because again, we are going to have an official review.
Yes, in June.
In June, in about 4 or 5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say this, talking about saying something with your chest. I agree with almost everything that you said in the review.
Oh, okay.
Like I really do. I will add this caveat, however, because you didn't see it again, did you?
No, I have not seen it again.
I strongly suggest you go see it again in the theater with the crowd.
Okay.
Because you saw a critics screening.
No, I saw it with a crowd.
Yeah, but it was a crowd of...
No.
It was a preview, wasn't it?
It was a preview, but it was one of those previews where it was open to a crowd.
Sure.
So it wasn't just critics.
Because I do think it plays very differently with a crowd. Like it really is a spectacle and a crowd type of thing. And that helped a great deal. But I think it was... Even without knowing some of the background information, it was very choppy.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very choppy. And even without knowing it, I could tell there were huge chunks of the film that were missing.
Yeah.
And as we talked about a little bit last week, because of Michael Jackson's court case, you and I were talking a bit before we started taping. Diana Ross rescinded her permission for her likeness.
Yeah.
So that there was certainly a choppiness to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jafar was amazing. I'm glad that he is in fighting shape. I actually, for all of the discussion about the Thriller sequences where he recreates the Thriller video and certainly Motown 25.
Yeah.
I actually thought the strongest moment was his performance of Bad.
Okay.
Where he actually, where you get an entire performance from beginning to end. I thought he was excellent as Michael. No, I thought you could tell that a lot of this was orchestrated from the lawyer who controls the state,
Mr. Bronca.
Because way too much of him.
Yeah.
Like way too, so much so that when I saw the commercials and I saw him, I assumed that actor was portraying Paul McCartney.
Oh.
Like I honestly thought that we were going to get
wow.
a conversation about Michael buying the Beatles catalog, because certainly the way that this person is highlighted in this shot, clearly he's important.
Right.
So it must be Paul McCartney. So that was distracting. Coleman Domingo's makeup is ridiculous.
I told you he's frightening, man.
Coleman Domingo, they had Coleman Domingo looking like one of the flying monkeys from The Wiz. It was absolutely, I don't know why they, I want to talk about Joe Jackson very briefly in a moment, but why they do Joe like that?
What? Okay, you know what though? To be fair,
he did not look like Joe. He didn't. He did not.
Okay, you say he didn't look like Joe, but what I will say, Joe was a funny looking dude.
Joe didn't look like that. So the makeup was ridiculous. I also disagree with you a little bit. You said there was no arc. And there actually is an arc. The arc is Michael getting away from Joe. But it's so, I want to say badly handled, but badly implies that it's been handled better in other ways. I have said for years, and this really solidified it for me, Joe, when we talk about the legacy of Michael Jackson, the legend of Michael Jackson, Joe is the most convenient bad guy.
Yes.
Maybe the most important part of the film, not my favorite part, I'll tell you my favorite part in a moment, but maybe the most important part of the film to me was that dramatization of CBS Records basically having to strong arm MTV into playing Billie Jean, which is a 100% true story, but it's a story that's not told that often.
Yeah.
And I actually said on the ride home, wow, I can't believe they dramatized that. Because that is, like they really put MTV on blast. And when you read the reviews and you read people talking, a lot of people don't know that story. They just assume everybody was in the Michael Jackson business,
of course,
from the very beginning. And then I followed up with, I was surprised that they didn't talk about the dynamic which led to Thriller, which is the Grammys in very racist Grammy fashion. Had iced out off the wall.
Right.
And hadn't rewarded off the wall with the acclaim and the awards that they should, which is an always relevant story because we've been talking about it with Jay-Z, with Beyonce, with Whitney Houston. This is a story that happens again and again and again with black artists. And Michael Jackson and Quincy Jones basically did the blackest of black things and said, well, I can show you better than I can tell you.
Yes.
And this leads into Thriller, and that's not covered. And my daughter actually had the really astute observation. She said, oh, they can talk about MTV because MTV isn't around anymore.
Exactly. It's done.
Whereas they can't talk about the Grammys.
Right.
And I think there are a lot of quote unquote villains in the Michael Jackson story that are still powerful.
So they don't want to ruffle the feathers.
So we can't talk about it.
Yeah.
Like we all, you love Motown. I love Motown. We all love Motown. Motown had thrown the Jackson 5 away.
No, yes, they did.
Like Motown had thrown them away. And,
Yes,
and that's why they left. You and I talked about, I don't know if you mentioned it on camera, but you and I talked, like famously, it was a negotiation for Michael Jackson to do Billie Jean.
That's right.
At Motown 25. But this type of dynamic where it shines perhaps an unfavorable light on Berry Gordy you are not going to get that.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Because, you know, Barry Gordy's interest, Barry Gordy's legacy is not going to allow it. And I'm saying Barry Gordy because I think that is the one that illustrates this the most.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there are a lot of actors throughout Michael Jackson's career that adversely affected Michael Jackson that we don't talk about as much as we do the Devil Joe.
Right.
So Joe takes all of it. And I think even with all the cuts, even with that always makes Michael Jackson's stories sort of awkward and unbalanced. Because we spend so much time like they had Joe Jackson, like this Negro was Candyman, and is like so there's that. Having said that, Joe Jackson and Don King.
Here we go. I told you.
Handing Cuban cigars back and forth and negotiating.
I told you.
I did not know that what I really need.
Here we go.
Is Coleman Domingo and Deon Cole to remake Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Oh, wow. Wow. But as Joe Jackson and Don King.
That was remarkable.
I told you.
That was absolutely remarkable.
I told you, man. That was, it was worth the price of admission.
It really was.
Because it comes near the end of the movie and you light up. You're like, oh my God.
But the other thing that you realize, and God bless Nia Long, but to reiterate what you said, they don't really give Nia Long any space to really do anything. That's the only scene where Coleman Domingo really has somebody to work with as an actor.
Right.
Like that is the best acted scene.
Yep.
And Deon Cole gives as good as he gets. But it was I thought it was a spectacle. I thought it was, the musical parts were fine. It was exactly what I thought it was going to be.
Yes.
But I do have to say, 80% of my enjoyment came from being in a theater with people.
I hear you.
Also enjoying it.
I hear that.
So
I hear that.
We will talk much, much more.
We will, but I will share that in my life, there is no bigger Michael Jackson fan than my twin sister.
Yeah.
The only one who comes close to her equal is my older sister.
Okay.
And the two of them saw Michael this weekend as well. And they actually took like their daughters and the granddaughters and the whole group of them went to go see it. Their daughter-in-law. And for the most part, they enjoyed it for the same reason you did. The spectacle, the dancing. Jafar is amazing. You're not quite sure whether or not he truly can act, because this is really the only thing that he's done.
Right.
But he definitely is a fantastic mimic of his uncle.
Look, you don't have to do nothing else but this.
Exactly, right? But they both walked out of the theater without having listened to our review first. They then listened to our review, which was more or less my review. And they both contacted me and said, you know what? I have to say, I liked it, but I agree with everything that you said. I agree with everything that you said. And in that, it did leave me a little wanting, because it is very piecemeal. There's so much that it could have touched on, so much more that you could have shown to just show how he became who he was. It certainly could have delved more into the brothers, without it turning into a Jackson's movie.
Sure.
But you just could have just touched on it a little bit more. And then, it really skipped. And they all said something that a lot of people are saying, at least in some of the reviews that I said, he's a little boy for like 10, 20 minutes. And next thing you know, he's old Michael Jackson. You want to spend some little bit more time with young Michael Jackson.
You know what? I actually disagree. Like, I've now decided, just like start with Dancing Machine.
No, I agree.
Because you can't do
if I was going to do
all of it.
If I was going to do it, I would have started with Dancing Machine. I would have started with them, I would have started with them leaving Motown.
Right.
Right.
And you want to talk about our arc because, again, everybody want to throw rocks and hide their hands now. Like it's like Joe is the big villain in their lives.
Mm-hmm.
Start with the way Motown was treating them.
Yeah.
Like, y'all are has-beens. You're a has-been boy band. You can't use the name Jackson 5 no more.
Mm-hmm.
Get on out of here.
Yeah.
Get on out of here.
Like, I would have started there. But because the movie does start with him as a young boy, all right, if you're going to go there, then I would have liked to spend a little bit more time with him.
Right.
Primarily because the young actor was so good.
He was.
But it was, I felt validation. I felt seen by my sisters.
Well, good.
I needed that after looking in the comments.
Well, what have we learned?
Don't look in the comments.
Don't look in the comments.
No.
You know, it's a lot of people talk real crazy in comments.
They do.
You know.
And I see all of you.
I'm about to say too much now. You can always tell it's a lot of people that have never actually been punched in the mouth. Like, there's this whole generational divide. Like, you can tell, like, you've never actually talked slick and somebody punched you in your mouth.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, you real reckless.
Mm-hmm.
Because no one's ever actually punched you in the mouth before.
Mm-hmm. That's very true.
Words have weight. Like, men like you and me know that words have weight.
Yes, they do.
So speak accordingly.
Yes. Well done. Well said, Vincent. Well said.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we won't hear from the comments, but we will hear from you.
Yes.
On your emails.
Yes.
Or as we like to call them.
Missives from the missionaries. So what else is going on, Lynn?
We have emails, Vincent.
Ooh, missives from the missionaries. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, missives from the missionaries.
Missives from the missionaries. Vincent, we have an email from Corey Nicole.
Hey, Corey.
Greetings to Len, Vincent, and the missionaries. As of today, I did a twofer with the show, the Micheaux Mission, listening to the review of Michael by Len.
Yes.
As I, too, went to see the movie in theaters. And the redux of Purple Rain with Tanya Pendleton.
Yeah.
How timely. You got your Prince shirt on,
I
too.
do.
After seeing the Michael movie, I want to make a declaration.
Okay.
I am really starting to think biopics are complex.
Mm-hmm.
What makes a great biopic to you guys? Do you both think we will ever see a biopic with pristine in value and with great care in our lifetime? Let me know your thoughts. Nicole. Well, I think that, to be fair, we have seen some run-of-the-mill biopics, but we've seen some very good biopics.
Honey, I was about to say to you, because I know you have very complicated feelings about what do you think are the great biopics?
Okay, well, the first one that comes to my mind is Martin Scorsese's Raging Bull with Robert De Niro.
Okay.
I think that is an excellent movie.
Okay.
Then a sleeper.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you saw it with Margot Robbie. I, Tanya, the story of Tanya Harding.
Okay.
I think that is very good as well. Ray is a good biopic.
Mm-hmm.
And that's 3. Let me think if there's a 4th one. Just those are the 3 that are coming right off the top of my head. I also think that lately people are playing fast and loose with biopics, so they may not necessarily be a pick of the person's whole body of work or whole life, but they may pick a moment in time for someone. So in that vein, I'm thinking of One Night in Miami. It's not necessarily a biopic, but it is a moment in time of these four significant people. And also in that vein, oh, and this is another biopic I think is really good. Milk with Sean Penn. I think that's a very good one as well.
I think it's so interesting that of the five that you just named,
and Malcolm X,
right, the generalized public knowledge of Rocky Marciano when Raging Bull was made was low,
very low
to non-existent.
Yes.
Tonya Harding has absolutely no cultural or social power at all. So, you know, she's somebody that
she's a pariah.
Right. And whatever check they gave her for that movie, she needed that check.
Right.
One Night in Miami, all of those participants are dead.
Yeah.
And their estates are you know, touch and go, and even so, you know, like Muhammad Ali's estate, I don't think his depiction was enough that could have stopped anything. Really. Harvey Milk, same thing. No one knew who he was, really, when it was made. No, stop.
Well, okay.
Stop.
Yeah,
Nobody
fair.
knew who Harvey Milk was before the movie Milk, unless you were gay or unless you lived in San Francisco. Like, that was a very localized story.
Okay.
Who was the fifth one you said before you got to Malcolm X?
I said Ray.
And in our review for Ray, I would submit, is a great film. Ray is not a great biopic because they took liberties. They didn't say things. They left things off, this, that, and the other. Same thing with Malcolm X. I think these are great films. But as I'm teaching an AP history course, you're going to have some supplemental material.
Yeah, but aren't all biopics
that's sort of where I'm going with this. Like, I think the more famous the subject is, the further and further away you get from this as truth.
Okay, especially if
right. In my mind, the real platonic ideal of performance, truth, and truth, like, to me, What's Love Got to Do with It was the perfect balance.
Okay.
And even that was because, much like Joe Jackson, Ike Turner was such a pariah that you could focus a lot on him as this sort of generalized antagonist.
Yes.
I think, and frankly, I blame you. I think the older I get, the more I am cool towards, because I just see them as almost legacy cementing, as opposed to something that is accurately showing me something about this person. And again, the more famous they get, that means that their estate was involved, or they were involved, and somebody has to sign off on it. And you oftentimes get this very sanitized, very watered down,
yes,
very uncomplicated view. I think I actually like, much like you said, I like the biopic that is unapologetically impressionistic. So it's like we're giving so I think about something like I just forgot the name of Don Cheadle's Miles Davis.
Oh, Miles Ahead.
I loved Miles Ahead. I loved Miles Ahead, and Miles Ahead along with Great Balls of Fire.
Okay.
These two,
Jerry Lee Lewis,
where look, we are unapologetically doing almost a riff.
Right.
And you kind of take it like that. I would rather see that.
Okay, I feel you on that.
So
I feel you on that because along those lines, I was also thinking of, and I don't know if people will really see this as a biopic because people may not believe that it truly is a true story. But Catch Me If You Can, the Steven Spielberg movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks about the forger. That is definitely, it plays a little loose with things, but not as loose as you think. It's really like locked down. A lot of it really happened, but it's unapologetic. You know, this is what it is. You know,
another one along those lines. Why Do Fools Fall in Love? The Frankie Lyman.
Yeah. Also, in the camp of Leonardo DiCaprio and Wolf of Wall Street.
Right. Where, you know, it's true-ish.
Yeah, but it's more true than Wolf of Wall Street.
But more true than not.
I know. Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh, here's an oddball one. Did you ever see The Polka King?
No, you told me about that. I tried to get through it. I couldn't make it.
That's another one. that you're like, this can't possibly be true. But then you watch the documentary.
Right.
It's
more true than you think. Yeah, I made it through the documentary.
Yeah.
And I couldn't make it through the movie. Another one.
Okay.
Have you watched The Founder with Michael Keaton about the Ray Kroc, the guy who started McDonald's?
No.
That is scarily 100% true.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and actually it's really a good one because it definitely has the sheen of almost like the sheen of Catch Me If You Can.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like, oh, it's kind of like loose and funny a little bit. And it is because it's Michael Keaton. But his demons definitely show through.
Right.
And you see that he's cutthroat.
Yeah.
He's cutthroat how he cuts out the actual creators of McDonald's. Do you know that story?
Vaguely.
He saw these brothers who started the actual McDonald's, you know, was trying to sell them a milkshake machine, then, you know, got them into franchising, but they had to sign off on everything because it was their name. He got tired of them having to sign off on everything. So he not only swindled them basically out of their name and the business, but so much so that they had to change the name of the original store because he designated the first franchise as the original store.
Oh.
And then he opened up a McDonald's across the street from them.
See.
Put them out of...
See. And that's how you end up murdered.
I was like, oh my God.
You said it was two brothers?
It was two brothers.
Oh yeah, I'd have rock, paper, scissors. Like, which one of us is going to murder him?
Exactly. Yeah. Dude, but it really is a good movie. You should check it out.
Yeah, okay.
It's a fun movie. Yeah. All right, Corey, thank you for that email.
Yes, thank you, Corey.
All right, we got one more email. This is from Michael Lockett.
Hey, what's up, Michael?
Len, Vincent, my fellow missionaries, I love this show. There are a few places on this planet where you can get in 1 week 2 things as different as Nope and a Goofy movie.
A Goofy movie. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The Micheaux Mission is a smorgasbord of legacies from the Black or wannabe Black diaspora. Nope is one of my favorite sci-fi films of all time. When dropped into the Black basket, it is my favorite Black sci-fi film of all time.
Okay.
Both of you were spot on talking about how this is Peele's best directing. To me, in Nope, you see a very Jordan Peele style that we only get hints of in Get Out and Us. The use of light and shadow to frame, move the eye, and build tension is as good as any of the flicks and directors he was inspired by. Every actor was on point, especially Kiki and Daniel, and the story really moved. There were no flat parts, in my opinion. On the flip side of things, I was dropped off by the Wayback Machine with you two as you critiqued the Goofy movie.
Yes.
What can I say? This was some bullshit.
Oh, no.
I am a lover of animation in all its forms. As much as I hate what Disney does to the industry and stories, I champion the fact that their work is generally outstanding. As whitewashed as everything is, they churn out, this included. I 100% see how the youngins latched onto this and saw themselves. I love how Black people can always find a mustard seed of hope and representation. Blurs unite. Oh, that went left. I thought he was going to...
Right, because he said it was some bullshit. I was like, oh, you don't like the Goofy movie, but sounds like you did.
I know. The Goofy movie, he continues, made me ponder whom I thought and then whom you two might consider to be the greatest Black animated character of all time. For me, I keep trying to pick between Jon Stewart's Green Lantern.
That's a good one.
And Huey and Riley Freeman from The Boondocks.
Mm-hmm.
What say you two? All the best, Michael Lockett. The greatest Black animated character of all time. I mean, for historical purposes, I want to at least name check Fat Albert.
Sure.
Because for a long time, that was it. For a very long time. Him and the Cosby Kids.
You like school in the summertime. No class.
Then I'm trying to think of who else I mean, you know, I could also name check my girl Valerie from Josie and the Pussycats, but that's for totally personal reasons.
Sure.
I can't think of anyone else that I think. I mean, Jon Stewart's Green Lantern is a good one.
Sure.
But he's definitely in his niche. And I don't think they did more for him in the animated show than they ever did in the comics. Yes. So that's fair. That's fair. Huey and Riley of the Boondocks, that's good too. They're good too. I don't know. I don't know. Who else maybe is in the running there?
I don't think a Black character has been as well developed and as well-rounded and has already had an actual arc than Miles Morales.
Yeah, well, yeah, Miles.
You think about where Miles Morales started, that awkward, geeky boy, and you think about that moment in Across the Spider-Verse when Miguel has him on the rocket.
Yeah.
And he says, everybody keeps telling me what I'm supposed to do. Nah, I'm going to do my own thing.
Yeah. Miles is a good one. What about your girl, Tatiana? Not Tiana. The Princess and the Frog. What's her name?
Oh, Princess Tiana?
Tiana.
Yeah, you know, I have respect and love for Princess Tiana, but you know
Okay. All right. Well, I
think names... she has terrible taste in men, so.
Okay, fair enough. All right, yeah, I just want to name her, give acknowledge.
Super important.
Yeah, so important. So acknowledge her.
Love her. Anika Noni Rose can do no wrong.
That's your real favorite,
right? But you know,
animated character.
Like Naveen played a ukulele. Like he don't. Like you don't even play the trumpet. How you play jazz ukulele? Oh, he's a prince, but he's like this. Like he don't have no money. He don't have no skills. He played a ukulele. So,
yeah, Miles Morales is a good one.
Look,
Miles Morales is a good one.
Look,
he is a good one. He is good. He is good. He is good. And you know why Miles is a good? I'll say. I'll give another reason why I think Miles is actually a very excellent one, and I'll land there as well. Is you're right. He does fully have an arc.
And he's only had 2 movies. Like we ain't even seen where
the third
really where he's going to land.
Right.
Yeah.
But the amazing thing about Miles, and if you're a true comic book fan, I don't even think you necessarily have to be a true comic book fan, but if you're a true comic book fan, you know it. When Miles Morales came out in the comics and blew up the way that he did, and especially now with the movies, Marvel Comics has done everything in their power to re-engineer the Peter Parker character to have so much Miles in him that, and God bless the Spider-Man movies, the live action movies that have been out, the last few ones, and they've been good films. But that Peter Parker ain't nobody but Miles Morales.
Look, you're not gonna get me in no nerd rage thing right now. The new Spider-Man cartoon that's on Disney Plus.
Yes.
Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yes.
Which I quite enjoy. But it is clearly a Miles Morales cartoon. But they put Peter Parker in there.
Exactly.
Like this is clearly supposed to be Miles Morales.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. So I will land on Miles Morales.
All right.
Well, good.
All right.
All right. Well, that is our emails. If you want to have your voices heard here on the show, don't put them in the comments. Say it with your chest. Write us at Micheaux Mission at gmail.com. That's MICHEAUX MISSION@gmail.com. All right, Vincent, it is now time for the Game of Kings.
Right, where you going to punch me in my mouth, but you going to look me in the face when you do it.
I sure am.
All right, here we go.
6 Degrees of D'Urville Martin. 6 Degrees of D'Urville Martin to Vincent, where I give you 2 actors and you have 6 films or less to connect them to D'Urville Martin.
All right.
A man who is an animated sort all into himself.
Had a character arc from the very beginning to the very end.
Yes,
an actor.
Yes, he was. All right. Keeping it, I thought, in theme.
Okay.
We are going to be reviewing tonight from 2013, Destination
Planet Negro.
A film that I thought was British.
You remember? I wasn't going to say that. Lynn, I was 20. You know how much I love and respect you. I was almost a half hour into the film, and I said, well, I guess there's something wrong with me. I mean, Lynn said it was British, so obviously it's true because Lynn said it. So maybe it's something wrong with me. And then I was like, well, maybe it's set in the United States, but they're like Chiwetel Ejiofor. Like, they have the greatest American accents.
I
was like, because Lynn said it was British, so
I said, there's no way all these actors are so good at doing American accents.
Maybe they shot it in America.
I was like, they're doing bad acting, and they're still great.
Right, their accents are spot on.
So,
Along those lines.
Along those lines.
Maybe they were British in their hearts.
So, in theme, they were British in their hearts.
Yes.
The actors
Yes.
in Destination Planet Negro.
Mm-hmm.
These two actors are British to their core.
Okay.
So connect D'Urville Martin to these British actors.
Okay.
Starting with, in 6 films or less,
Mm-hmm.
connect D'Urville Martin to this person you've done before.
Okay.
Lashana Lynch.
Lashana Lynch.
Yes.
Who is British.
She is indeed very British.
You know who else is British?
Who else?
John Boyega.
He is indeed.
And she's in a film with John Boyega, The Woman King.
She is.
John Boyega is in, you know who else is British besides John Boyega?
Who else?
Oh no, shit. I was going to say Idris Elba because he
British.
John Boyega, his character plays Idris Elba's son.
Okay.
In the second Pacific Rim.
That's right.
But he and Idris Elba aren't in the film together.
Right.
So that's not going to work.
Right, because Idris Elba is not in the second one.
Right. Okay. All right. I've run out of British people there.
You can still go British people. Go to Star Wars movies.
Yeah, but with with Star Wars, he's in whatever that movie was, whatever that second wave of Star Wars, the rise of Skywalker. Let's say the rise of Skywalker with Billy D. Williams, who is not British.
No,
but he is a bit of a dandy. And then Billy D. Williams.
Wait a minute. Oh, that's right, Billy D. Williams.
Yeah, and then Billy D. Williams is, of course, in the final come down.
Yes.
With D'Urville Martin.
Very good.
So I got you 2 Brits.
You did.
I threw you a Brit in there. Let's see if I can get you another. Who else we got?
All right. Now, this one is going to be tough. This is going to be a first time here on the mission.
All right.
In 6 films or less,
mm-hmm.
connect D'Urville Martin to.
D'Urville Martin.
And I apologize if I get this name incorrectly. Adewale Akinwumi Agbaji.
Yeah.
Now, you know him from TV.
Right. I know him in Oz, right? But he is. Oh, what movie has he been in?
Tons of them.
He had. I just saw him.
In a movie? Because he's been on TV. You may have seen him on TV. He may be in a show that your daughter watches.
I swore I just saw him in a movie.
He doesn't have a movie since 2024. You may be thinking about because he has a role in Euphoria.
No, I actually don't watch Euphoria. I keep saying I'm going to watch Euphoria. Is he in He is not in American Gangster.
I don't think he's an American Gangster. I don't remember him in American Gangster.
Why do I see him?
No, he's not an American Gangster.
What am I thinking about him in? I don't want to spend all day with this. What was he in 2024?
The Union.
Yeah, that's not what I'm thinking about. What's his big movie?
The biggest movie that he was in? I would say the biggest movie that he was in was 2013. He was in Thor: The Dark World.
Who was he in Thor?
Algrim the Strong.
Give me something not Marvel.
Okay. He was also, and I'll skip this one. He was also in 2001. He played the role of Lochna in The Mummy Returns. Do you want something non-genre?
Yeah, give me something non-genre, because he's an actor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. He was in he was in the movie. Okay, this was a good movie. He was in Trumbo.
Who?
Trumbo.
Well, I don't even know what that is.
As a biopic with Bryan Cranston, who plays Dalton Trumbo, the blacklisted writer from the 50s and 60s, who also was the writer of Spartacus, and Kirk Douglas fought to get his name on the credits, even though he was blacklisted. Okay.
Give me one more.
I'll give you one more.
I can do Bryan Cranston, but I got to go through Kevin Hart to do him.
He was in... Okay, well, this is genre, but it is a huge movie. Oh, is this a remake?
What?
Oh, this was this was the prequel. Never mind. Yeah, you won't know anybody in it. He was in Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls.
Was he really?
Yeah, he was.
Well, this one has been a mess. I'll just do this real quick. Oh, here. I'll actually go the exact same way. D'Urville Martin's in The Final Come Down with Billy D. Williams. Billy D. Williams is in, I'll just do The Skywalker, The Rise of Skywalker with Harrison Ford.
Mm-hmm.
Harrison Ford is in Anchorman 2.
Oh.
With Jim Carrey. And then
Jim Carrey's in Anchorman 2?
Yeah, he's in the fight scene.
That's right. He does show up.
The fight scene is a real potpourri.
Yeah.
And then Jim Carrey is, of course, in Ace Ventura.
When Nature Calls.
When Nature Calls.
Well done.
Yeah, what would you skip over? Like, what's the gimme? And what was this?
Well, he was in 2 Will Smith movies. He was in Concussion and he was in Suicide Squad.
He sure was in Suicide Squad.
Yeah, he's Killer Croc. And I'm trying to look at the movie that maybe you thought you saw. He was also in the Black Annie.
Who was he in Black Annie?
His character's name is Nash.
Okay.
I don't remember him. And the movie that I was talking about that was actually a prequel. They did a prequel to The Thing. And he was in that.
The John Carpenter thing?
Yeah, I know.
Who did that?
In 2011.
Why would someone do that?
By some, it looks like Swedish.
Was John Carpenter involved?
No, I think John Carpenter had passed away by then. Oh no! I'm thinking of somebody else. I'm thinking about somebody else before y'all come at me. But no, John Carpenter was not involved. So at least I'm not.
That is the most terrible idea I've ever heard, and I'm glad that I didn't know that it existed.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to try and forget it.
Yeah, it was a box office bomb.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
Who's the monster at the end? Which one is the monster? Keith David or Kurt Russell at the end of the thing?
Oh, of the original?
Yeah. I mean, not the original, but the greatest one. Yeah.
The better one.
Who is it? Kurt Russell or Keith David?
I think it's Kurt Russell.
Because
I don't know. I don't know. You don't know. That's the beautiful part about it. You do not know.
I think it's Keith David.
Why?
Because if it were Kurt Russell, I feel like Keith David would have jumped on his ass.
Okay. It could be.
I think it's Keith David.
It could be. It's a good movie.
I think John Carpenter said he shot it both ways and he doesn't know. And
I honestly don't believe him.
You don't believe him?
I don't believe that he shot it both ways. I think the legend has grown
and
he's leaning into it.
And it's just that it's sort of like, it's sort of like Ridley Scott will never give a definitive answer about whether or not, whatchamacallit is a replicant in Blade Runner.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. He's just leaning into it.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him.
I don't blame him.
That's what you do. Take it to your grave.
I don't blame him either.
You know?
I'm at the point I was Adam is 10 and I saw something where it talked about just our growing up and they just look, we go into the movies and then you go to movies and whatever's at the movies.
That's what you
see. Just in there. So I'm actually going to make a conscious decision this summer that I'm going to start showing Adam stuff.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if The Thing should be part of. That's a little bit toward in the deep end.
Ooh,
yeah.
He's 10?
Yeah. Not yet.
No.
Things is too much for a 10-year-old.
Yes.
Things too much.
Yes. Unless you want him sleeping with you that night.
I mean, right. I mean, look, I'm willing to take you sleeping with me a couple of nights if you get this education.
Yeah, but The Thing, that's a little.
I hear you. Lynn, by the time I was 10.
Okay. Yeah. That don't mean it was right. That don't mean it was right.
Yeah, no,
I mean, I told you my horror story taking my daughter to.
Yeah.
What grade is Adam in?
I mean, that's 4th grade.
Yeah, that's where yes.
It's still too.
No.
Yeah, all right.
No, man.
Not The Thing.
Not The Thing.
Not The Thing.
Not The Thing.
Can I do Terminator?
Yes.
The first Terminator.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I think you could do the first Terminator.
Whether it's appropriate or not at this point is tradition. He's definitely getting Jaws. I was 6 when I saw Jaws.
Yeah. I think he could maybe do Jaws.
He's definitely getting Jaws.
Does he like the beach?
Yeah.
Okay, so it might squirrel him out a little bit, but I think he could do Jaws. I think he could do Jaws. I actually was thinking of something that I think that you could do.
We're going to Martha's Vineyard, but I think I'll show him it after we get back.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Yes. And like, oh, that looks like. Ooh. Yeah. That's smart. But I actually was just thinking about something that came to my mind that I thought he could do. The Amityville Horror.
Oh my God! Why would I? Hey, I don't want to see that. Why am I showing them devil? How you gonna have my son watch some devil shit?
No. Not the Amityville Horror. I'm sorry. Not the Amityville Horror. Not the Amityville Horror. That's not what I meant. Poltergeist.
I thought about Poltergeist.
Because Poltergeist is all about like.
Poltergeist is. You feel like you can watch Poltergeist, but not The Thing?
Well, because The Thing, it's not only is it the tension, but it is like body horror and gore in there as well.
Yeah, but it's an actual monster. Poltergeist is your house.
Yeah, but
my son lives in a house.
Yeah, but the monster is like that whole. It's like that dog that gets like no, but. Yeah. You could always. Sure.
And then a kid gets sucked into a TV.
Yeah.
My son is a kid.
Yeah.
We have a TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not doing Poltergeist.
That teaches him not to fall asleep with the TV on.
He actually has a tree outside his window. You're trying to scar.
Yeah. I'm trying to scar. You want to show him The Thing.
Yeah, we're not doing
Jaws.
We're not doing Poltergeist. Poltergeist is off the table.
Oh, but I can show him Jaws where a kid gets eaten.
And then that little lady go into the light. Oh, yeah, we're not doing Poltergeist.
It probably reminds him of one of his aunts.
Yeah. I'm thinking Close Encounters.
Close Encounters. Close Encounters is good.
Yeah.
What about the Goonies?
Yeah, the Goonies. Yeah. I mean, that's sort of. I'm talking.
Does he watch Stranger Things?
No.
What about Stranger Things?
Maybe.
Because that could kind of like.
But I'm thinking, because it's like some of his classmates are doing that, the Five Nights at Freddy, and like they're, I think these.
I mean, well, kids are.
Well, you know what it is. A lot of the kids have older siblings who aren't as old. Like him. Like I always say, we really have two only children.
That's true.
But so it's like he has classmates who have like older siblings, like
in
2 or 3,
teens.
right? 2 or 3 years older than him.
Mm-hmm.
So, but all right, but not the Thing.
No,
not the Thing.
I wouldn't do the Thing.
How about They Live?
I think you could get away with They Live.
Get away with They Live.
Because it's mostly like the fighting and the special effects aren't creepy.
Yeah, okay.
I think you could do They Live.
Okay, all right.
I think you could do They Live.
All right.
What about Gremlins?
Yeah, definitely Gremlins.
I think you do.
Yeah,
Gremlins.
definitely. Like I'm talking to you about the far end stuff, but yeah, like Gremlins is like Gremlins will be in there with like E.T. and
You know when you want to test him. How does he like animated movies?
Yeah.
The Black Cauldron. The Black Cauldron gets dark.
Can I tell you a secret? I think The Black Cauldron is boring.
Oh, I do too. But I think that he might,
He gonna walk out the room.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Like he actually walked out there, and then we got to start doing what we're here for. He actually walked out the room on Jurassic Park.
The first one?
The first one. It bored him.
And it's
because it builds.
It's slow.
Yeah, it builds.
Yeah.
And Adam was just like,
oh, what about like some anime, like Spirited Away?
I mean, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Or Akira.
Akira? A surprising amount of rape.
Oh, yeah.
I learned that because I showed my daughter Akira when she was 10.
She was like,
it's like, I don't remember there being so much rape in Akira. Yeah. You don't think about that.
No.
When you think about Akira, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know what another movie kind of like that was for me? And unfortunately, I didn't show it to Olivia, but I started to. Remember the Matrix animated?
The Animatrix. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, Olivia, like, oh, no.
Right.
No, they.
It's like, what is all this?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, there you go.
All right. Hey, missionaries, what should Vincent show Adam? Let us know.
A 10-year-old pushing the envelope list.
There you go. Email us at micheauxmission@gmail.com. Or if you're on Patreon, you can hit us up. Hey, if you're a patron, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so very much. And you can become a patron of the Micheaux Mission, where just $5 gets you access to 3 exclusive monthly podcasts: the Len's Secret Movie Podcast with Ariel Johnson, the Binge Lounge, and Serial Killers. Go to patreon.com, Micheaux Mission, and join the fun. All right.
Destination Planet Negro from 2013. In 1939, African-American leaders responding to Jim Crow segregation build a rocket to colonize Mars. The 3-person crew blasts off, but in shades of spoiler, Planet of the Apes. They don't travel through space, they travel through time, where they land on modern-day Earth, which may or may not indeed be Planet Negro.
Mm-hmm.
Written, directed, and starring Kevin Wilmot. Wilmot is joined by Toshan Moro-Hunfolo, Trey Byers, Ranjet Arab, and Danielle... Oh, I just lost her name. Cooper. In Lynn's choice, as we close out 2026's Octavia April, Lynn, what would you like to say about Destination, Planet Negro?
Destination Planet Negro is everything than I thought Pluto Nash was. Famously here on the show, cape is too strong a flutter.
Sure.
But I recognize what I believe is the attempt of Pluto Nash to return to the movie serials of a bygone era, right? By Eddie Murphy and all of the people and producers behind that film. And they just missed the mark completely in there. But I appreciate the attempt, at least what I thought was the attempt. In this film, Destination Planet Negro, Kevin Wilmot, it should be noted, an Academy Award winning writer.
Yeah.
Worked with Spike Lee
worked with a lot of Spike Lee
on Black Klansman for a screenplay for which they won the award. He is an independent filmmaker and writer who is always, peppers his films with knowledge, history. He's always trying to do edutainment first and foremost. And in this film, Kevin Wilmot, of a certain age, he's I believe he's in his mid-60s now. This is over 10 years ago, so he's in his mid-50s. He is definitely trying to echo back to the science fiction films of the 50s. Your Creatures of the Black Lagoon, your
The Day the Earth Stood Still.
The Earth Stood Still, Them, all of those big sci-fi films of the 50s that were bombastic, low budget, played fast and loose with the facts, and it was all about you used the word earlier, the spectacle of it all, right? But in doing so and returning to that genre to set this film, he is trying to, as always, say something,
right,
and educate you. And the education starts from the beginning of the film as you return to the year of 1939 and to this big, almost committee meeting of all of the leading Black voices of the 1930s. You got W.E.B. Du Bois, you got Mary Bethune, you've got George Washington Carver.
George Washington Carver shows up.
George Washington Carver, trust me, and you have never seen him before. You have never seen this side of George Washington Carver. All of them are there to deal with the Negro problem.
Right.
And basically the Negro problem is they determine all these Black people is we can't live with these white people.
I was about to say, they call it the Negro problem because they're being polite.
Exactly.
It's really the white folks. What are we going to do about these white people?
Well, you know what? We can't stay here no more.
Right. We've run the numbers.
Exactly. We run the numbers.
We've got charts. And the conclusion is,
the Venn diagram is get the fuck out.
Right. It is no living with these people.
There's no living with these people. But no, we've tried the going back to Africa.
Right.
That's not far enough.
Because they there too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I tell you what we're gonna do. There's this planet called Mars, see?
Right.
There's this planet called Mars, and our good friend George Washington Carver, he's got a lot of German friends, and he's done some miraculous things with peanuts.
And sweet potatoes.
Yes. Well, the peanuts gave you peanut butter, but the peanuts and the sweet potatoes,
right,
they give you a rocket.
That's right.
They give you a rocket. And not just any rocket, a rocket ship to Mars. And lest you think we can't do it, we've got 3 people volunteering to go. We've got a 3-man crew. A 3-man crew, including noted physicist Dr. Warrington Avery,
Mhm.
played by Kevin Wilmot, the
Mhm.
writer and director of this film, who has run these numbers. And Mars, I think we can make a go of it.
Mhm.
We can make it, and I believe in it so much that I'm going to bring my daughter,
Yeah.
Beneatha Avery.
Mhm.
I'm going to bring her along with me, because she is a physicist of her own,
That's right.
in her own right. And because I'm not a pilot, I need someone to fly my rocket. So I've got Captain Race Johnson,
Mhm.
who at 10 years old was the leading black pilot in the world.
Oh yeah, flew with Bessie Coleman.
What's it say that the best male pilot, black male pilot, was a 10-year-old?
Yeah. Yeah.
But now he's grown,
Yeah.
and he's Captain Race. Oh, excuse me. He likes to be called Ace.
Race the Ace.
Race the Ace. And the three of us will take this rocket to Mars and colonize it for the Negro.
For the Negro.
We will plant our flag on planet Negro.
Yeah.
But, apparently, George Washington Carver didn't get all of the best sweet potatoes.
Mm.
And they don't make it to Mars. They make it into the future.
Mm-hmm.
They make it into 2013.
Mm-hmm.
And they make it into a world that is not like the world they've come from. Oh, wait a minute. I buried the lead. Because this 3-man crew, of course, this is science fiction, and it's based on 50s science fiction. So there has to be a robot sidekick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Named Strom. Who has been created to have the voice of George Washington Carver's slave owner.
Yeah. Old slave owner.
Old slave owner.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it is absolutely insane, this Robbie the robot flailing thing. They land in the future.
Mm-hmm.
They discover that the future is, black people seemingly have freedom.
Yeah.
They've gone through civil rights, and yet it still is remarkably that they aren't quite as free as things appear.
Sure.
Where they land in Kansas, apparently there are white people that are racist, but there are also white people who want to be black.
Yes.
And so much so that it is these two white people that teach Captain Race the Ace how to be a 21st century black person.
Yes.
From the walk to the jive talk.
Right. The jive. They're fluent in jive.
They are fluent in jive.
Yeah.
And this film is like everything that Kevin Wilmot does is filled with interesting social commentary on
Mm-hmm.
on living as a black person in the future as well as back in the 30s.
Mm-hmm.
It is it tries to be a little bit biting in some of its critique of the black experience.
Mm-hmm.
In like I talked about the white guys teaching Captain Race how to walk black, and there's a funny scene where Race is like trying to figure out how do I walk black. He's dancing. That's a funny scene. I laughed at that scene. There of course are romances that come out of the blue.
Sure,
from here.
Of course.
I think there actually is a very interesting commentary on sexual politics in this, and homosexuality in this movie. There's a very interesting commentary on that I think is actually could have been. I would have liked to see the knife sharpened a little bit around that storyline a little bit more. It's very much a seed story.
Yeah.
In this movie, the first thing is just these fish out of water, 30s space knots.
Yeah.
In 2013. I'm not going to touch on that. This film is, like I said, it's an independent film. 2013. It more or less is shot on videotape. It's not like a movie.
Yeah.
And it is very, very low budget.
Yeah.
There are moments where you can literally see reflections of the camera crew, in the reflection of like some of the glass and helmets and stuff like that. And there's parts of it even at an hour and 40 minutes where it's not that long, but there are moments where it does play out like a very long Saturday Night Live sketch. That maybe is okay, we can go to the next scene now. We can maybe like start wrapping things up. Right. And even when the story does wrap up, it takes a minute to wrap up. Right. Absolutely. And there's a whole villain that comes in all of a sudden, like in the last 15 minutes of the movie, that's not there. Yeah. And it's like, what? Right. And all of a sudden this has to play out. And I'm not being as spoilerific with this as I might with most films, because for all of its shortcomings, I kind of like don't want to give it away. Sure. Because I like the audacity of the film. Absolutely. I like what Kevin Willmott is trying to do here. I like the mixture of trying to be humorous. I don't think it's crazy funny, but I said there's funny moments in it. I think that trying to get that aesthetic of these 50s movies all the way down from the way it's shot, even if it's live action, even if it's like videotape, it still is definitely filmed in the style 100% of those films. Yeah. All the way down to the music evokes that feeling. Like even some of like the fake scares that come up in it, and the set dressing, the rocket ship, it looks like it may have come out of like leftover from Flash Gordon in the 40s. Yeah, absolutely. 50s, but it rings like the film is so earnest in its attempt. That's the reason why I don't want to spoil it. Sure. I think that it is at the end of the day, did I love the film? No. Right. But I liked it a lot. Okay. And I really appreciated it. Yes. I went in there thinking it was British. Yes. And because I thought it was British, I was ready for maybe a lot sharper wit. Yeah. Yeah. And when I realized like, okay, this is definitely American wit. Right. Which means that there's you're going for some low-hanging fruit and also trying to reach for another level. But I think more often than not, he's trying to reach for something. And while he doesn't always, grab a good hold of it, I think he grasped it enough in this film that it was a reasonable good time. Okay. All right. I have a question. I honestly just don't know the answer to this. When we're talking about film stock, like black and white film and film, which one is cheaper? Cheaper is what we saw, the video. It's almost like almost look like it's a video recorder. Right, but the black and white, so like shooting in black and white or shooting in color, which one is more cost effective? Technically, shooting in black and white is more expensive if you're using film. Right. What they did, it looked like it was more like it looked like they basically looked like just turning off the color. So it didn't look like. So it didn't. Right. I don't think that cost because I thought the black and white section looked better, was so much sharper. Yes. Yes. Like remarkably sharper. Well, that's because it is shot with like more or less a video camera.
Mm-hmm.
That when you go to the colors, now everything has like the washed out look of
Right.
video,
Mhm.
as opposed to the gradation of it being in black and white.
Yeah.
So that's always going to look sharper.
Yeah, I think visually, as you can tell, I think the greatest misstep this film makes, which to land where you landed, at the end of the day, I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to like it so much more than I ended up liking it. I think the first part, because it's not half, because I think
Yeah, it's only like about 20, 30 minutes.
it's like 20, 30 minutes that they're in the past before they get on the spaceship, is razor sharp.
Mm-hmm.
I think tonally, it is sort of wryly funny. As you said, it kind of captures that 50s tone. There is a wonderful chaotic element, usually from George Washington Carver.
Oh, yes. George Washington,
I think the social commentary is surprisingly sharp when you depict it 1939.
Yes.
I honestly wished the entire film was set in the past.
Yeah.
I really did. I thought the cinematography in the past, like the use of shadow, and like you said, it's actually shot. I'm not an old movie dude like you, obviously, but one of my favorite movies is The Day the Earth Stood Still, and it's partially like when you read about it, like the way it is, like the cinematography, the use of shadow, the angles, and it really evoked that for me, and I was like, wow, this is really something. And I do think a lot of that focus is lost when they get to the future.
Yes. Yeah. You're right.
And it's for a lot of reasons. I think it's very appropriate that Kevin Wilmot worked with Spike Lee, because I do think he and Spike Lee reflect the same kind of sensibilities that you see in this context, where the social commentary and the cultural commentary is always very old manish. Get off my lawn. I've said a version of this before. I stand by this. I don't want to hear anything a baby boomer has to say about hip hop.
Right.
At all. If you were born before 1965, you can have an opinion on hip hop. I don't want to hear it, because it's always going to land on you shaking your fist, telling somebody to pull their pants up, and why are you using the N-word? Like, that's where it always lands.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of that in here that really is a letdown. After that wonderful sequence at the beginning, like you and I kind of joked about it as we were describing it, but it is razor sharp, all of these black people saying, we cannot get away from these white people.
I know.
Like, we got to figure out how to get away from these white people. And the sort of intra-communal conflict where you have Christians saying, we have to have a role for Christianity. You have the very real and the very historically accurate debate about communism. Among black people. That, once you get to modern times, it's we want to talk about the music and the culture, and there's a hint of commentary on black conservatives during the age of Obama that never is really developed that much.
Not at all.
This whole concept of learning to be black is just really cringy, and it doesn't gel.
No.
There are plot elements that seem like they kind of come out of nowhere. And you get the sense that the film, we got to kind of figure out what to do with people.
Exactly.
And the audacity carries it through. Like the ideas kind of carry it through. But the execution by the end doesn't really help. And you know, as you said you're not going to talk about the direction of, because you know it is a smaller budgeted film, and no one who's in the film acting, like these aren't actors that seem to be that seasoned. I think Trey Byers is the most famous actor in the film.
Well, Wes Studi.
Wait, who?
Wes Studi, who plays the Chief Bobby, the cowboy, the Indian.
Okay, but
I mean, he's known.
Right, and he's in what, a scene or two? Right.
Well,
okay, yeah.
Well, I mean, he is specifically like acknowledged in the credits, like, and
right. Troy Byers was in Empire,
right?
But so you know, none of the performances are really anything to write home to. But like you, I admired the audacity of it.
Mm-hmm.
I admired, you know, even though I kind of roll my eyes at these sort of cultural critiques and the kids and why can't they be better? You can't help but admire the fact that people do it. Like you know, again, it's that kind of black baby boomer, Spike Lee, Oprah Winfrey school of up ye mighty race.
Yeah.
Baby boomer stuff that is like, all right. I mean, you mean well. I get it. So that, you know, much like you, I landed on liking it.
Right.
I am curious when you say you don't want to spoil it, and you don't have to spoil it, but I am curious what it is that you don't want to spoil, because it really does just sort of devolve into plots that are just kind of thrown against a dartboard.
You're absolutely right. But I don't.
There's an after moment. There's a moment after the credits that I thought was pretty funny, and that involved time travel.
Oh, I may not have seen that. I didn't see stay all the way through the end of the credits. Was there an after credit scene?
So you didn't see B12?
No, I didn't.
The end?
No, I didn't. Get out of here. Oh.
So, you know, B12 said he was going to kill Hitler.
Right. Okay. All right. Well done.
So the concept of this openly gay black man traveling through time, doing stuff. I said, wow, I'd watch that.
That's a movie.
Right. I'd watch that.
I'd watch that movie. Yeah.
But that's like one of like 11 teen
again
plots.
That's the C plot.
Right.
Yeah. And by not wanting to spoil it, I don't know how. This is not a movie that's going to fall into your lap, even though it is on Tubi,
and it has a following.
It's got a little bit of a following.
Yeah. I feel like people have recommended this to us before.
Maybe. I definitely. It fell into my lap. Looking up black sci-fi movies.
Right. And I'd heard of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
By not spoiling it, I mean, like, I want people to discover it.
Sure.
You know, they may go into it thinking it's British as well.
Sure. I was going to say, from what I understand, it's British. I said, I didn't know that boy from Empire was British. Boy, them black Brits do be getting work.
Here's the shame of it. I read the synopsis of what the movie was about. And then I saw the stars. I didn't recognize Kevin Wilmot's name off the top of my head. I didn't recognize any of the names.
Sure.
But I saw one of the names was like an African name.
You just assumed he was British.
So I was like, I
don't know how I feel about that.
And looking at the synopsis, I was like,
it seemed British.
That's a little bit too smart. It's gotta be a British.
Oh, black people can't be. I mean, Americans, we can't be smart. Like, I heard you say that earlier. It's like, I knew it wasn't British because the wit wasn't as sharp. It's like, hurtful?
Well, okay. Look, I'm going to put it out there. I'm not saying that black, of course we are funny. Mm-hmm. Of course we're funny. But there is a different type of comedy between British humor and American humor. Mm-hmm. And I think a sweet spot of in between, to me, is someone like Boots Riley. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like in that sweet spot in between.
Which, what's up with the critics, with the critics screening of I Love Boosters? I keep waiting for that.
Yeah.
Or Is God Is? When we going to...
No, in all fairness, okay, peek behind the camera, the curtain. There was a screening of Is God's Is, but we weren't available. You had some things you had to take care of.
Did I miss? That was last week.
Yeah, I didn't go. I couldn't go either. So
I'm sorry we missed that. All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I actually think for some reason I think there may be one of I Love Boosters coming up. I'll check. I saw The Devil Wears Prada too. I took my sisters.
Yeah, go ahead.
Anyway, so I thought, yes, I thought it was going to be. I thought it was British. I was wrong.
Did you watch Time Wasters?
I didn't see all of them. I did see it. It's a good show.
Yeah, I like Time Wasters a lot. I thought maybe you thought this was going to be like that.
Well, I thought it was being like in that vein, though. It if you read the synopsis, you might think it is in that same
Time
vein.
Wasters is Black British about a band. Black Brits that travel through time.
Yes.
They travel to the past.
Yeah, it's
very good.
Very good show.
Yeah.
Very good. When you find some good Black British stuff, it's good. Like the show Lenny, that was fun. Mm-hmm. Did you ever see that?
I did not.
He's about the chef.
Yeah.
He's about a chef, and he's a chef. He's a black chef.
Yeah.
Okay. Go see. Yes, I would recommend Destination Planet Negro.
I would too.
Yeah,
I would too. I would. I ended up enjoying it.
Yes,
and as you said, the spirit of it.
Yes.
Really kind of is infectious. I do like the sort of stealth teaching you things.
I know.
Yeah.
I think this is a movie that would play well with a group.
I do too.
Right.
I do too.
I think if you're watching it by yourself, you might be like, I don't know.
Right.
A group, you'll have fun,
right.
like catching all the riffs. And stuff.
Maybe have a cuppa. Maybe have a cuppa and you sit and it feels British. So,
there you go.
There you go.
You can be British while you're watching.
While you're watching. Sure.
All right. Well, that is our review of Destination Planet Negro. Mm-hmm. Before we tell you about what's coming up next month here on the Micheaux Mission, I invite you to have your thoughts shared with us via email at micheauxmission@gmail.com. You can find the Micheaux Mission wherever you journey on social media. If it's Instagram, we're there. If it's Threads, we're there. If it's Facebook, we're there. We're everywhere at Micheaux Mission. The Micheaux Mission is also available as a podcast wherever you find podcasts. That's Apple, Spotify, or YouTube, where you can, all of those places, find us, follow, so you don't miss an episode. Leave us a 5-star rating and a review because that helps people find the show. And make sure you hit the bell where applicable so you can be notified of when our shows debut and premiere for you. The Micheaux Mission is also a proud member of the Believe podcast network, BLEAV. Believe, every sport, every topic, everywhere. Go to believe.com and check it out. And you can join Vincent, myself, and our good friend Stephanie Watts of the Be Real Black Cinema Club on Wednesday, June 4th, for the Be Real Micheaux screening series as we return to Bryn Mawr Film Institute for the Questlove John Summer of Soul.
Summer of Soul.
It promises to be a great time. Tickets are on sale right now at brynmarfilm.org. Next week here on the Micheaux Mission, we will be in the month of May.
Yes, we will.
Which is a lot of people's favorite month, because in May, we do Mother, May I Have Another Bad Black Movie.
Yes, we do.
Movies that ostensibly you might think are black film, bad black films. We shall see.
We shall see.
Have we reviewed? No, I think there was one film that I can think of off the top of my head that we reviewed in May that you selected that I said, I don't know. I don't think this is a bad black film. And that was Passenger 51.
Yes. 57.
57.
And you're absolutely right. Because you always been on black. It was like, well, that can't possibly be that good.
Yeah.
And then we watched it, like, oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. But other than that. It's nothing but clunkers.
Right. We haven't actually talked about it. You got yours ready?
Well, I know one.
Okay.
I know one. It's a film that we've reviewed before, but we haven't reviewed on YouTube. And I told you about that.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a very special guest for that, so I'm going to save that for next week to announce.
Okay.
That. But we're going to start with you. Do you have your films?
Well, I've decided I'm going to do one that's sort of work and hate, and then I'll do a fun one.
Okay.
And I'll save the fun one for the end.
Okay.
So this is one that has been on my list of I want to do it in Mother May I because I hate it so much.
Ooh.
And it seems like there's some news comes out of this, and it just said the dude who it was about, something just happened with him this week, and I said, let's just go ahead and do it. So next week, because I'm going to assume this movie is terrible just based on everything that I've seen that came out about the true story. Speaking of biopics.
Oh boy.
Biopics that may or may not be telling the truth. Next week, we're doing The Blind Side.
Oh boy. Okay.
We're doing The Blind Side next week. We are going to kick off Mother May I with some real nonsense.
The Blind Side.
We are doing The Blind Side. Have you ever seen it?
No.
Me either.
No, I have had absolutely zero interest in seeing this film.
Either.
Oh my God. This is a critically acclaimed film for one reason or another.
We're calling about I've decided one of my movies is going to be white people nonsense, and then I'm gonna have some fun. I got a real fun one for my next one.
Okay,
but this one, so we've obviously done Driving Miss Daisy, and we did The Help, and this is what the big one on my list too. So like my two big targets that are left are Bagger Vance.
Okay.
In the Green Book.
I was about to say, it has
like
to be
those my two that are, but yeah, I've been waiting to carve up The Blonde Side for years now.
All right. Next week here on the Micheaux Mission, The Blind Side. Until then, he's Vincent, I'm Len, and in parting we say,
we'll see you when it's time to meet again.